What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze here. We are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today, before we start the video, of course, hopefully he's having a very good day today. So today we have here the no item run Super 17 against DBS Broly, and this one was actually not that difficult. Fortunately, this will be a voiceover, not like a IRL. The reason why is because when I recorded this, I actually ran out of space, so I actually had to redo this no item run. Which was actually, again, pretty simple. I actually done this twice, and both times were actually about the same amount of time, about 18 minutes. So this was really not that bad, and the reason why is because this phase here, the androids, are actually really good since we have multiple characters that have beam nullification, and Broly is a red zone boss that does hit very hard and is one of the toughest bosses in Dokkan, but more importantly is that his attacks are ki blasts. In the more later stages of this event, so we can actually get away with this, and it's actually not that bad. I did bring here the free-to-play LRs, and the reason why is because of the STR stage. Now these guys, after they super attack, they can tank pretty well, but more importantly, they're also providing here support as well. But this, again, this was pretty simple. Now, one of the ways you actually want to go about this is that you actually want to try and not do too much damage in the first phase. You really want to try and kind of build up your characters, or even more importantly, try and get to turn 5, because this is where 17 kind of struggles in his event that you're not able to dodge, and he actually gets most of his defense after he super attacks. So this is why you really want to try and take your time, and that's why I decided to put both at Dokkan Fest 17s on slot 2 and 3, just to make sure that we don't kill Broly too quickly. Because this will be the easiest stage, and the next stage as well, before we can actually go and jump into stage 4 and 3. Actually 3 and 4 I should say. So this was pretty simple. Now the other red zone bosses, Cooler, that is just a really difficult event to do a no item run. I did fail, unfortunately, because listen, the team, you just can't bring other android units in that event. They just get completely smoked. And you can't really also, bring other characters. Well, you could bring LR Cooler, which is fine, but the issue is that they don't share that many links with, like, the other villains, because they're not androids, so that is kind of a small issue. So it is taking me, like, I'm a little bit puzzled how to do a no item run for Ultimate Red Zone Metal Cooler, but that's just a boss where you can see a little bit of flaw, or the weakness is that the bosses, doesn't do a ki blast super attack. So we are able to basically go into turn 3, which is pretty good. EJ17, the AGL one, is still pretty good in this event here as well. It's just that he requires to build up, so he's also kind of not really the tankiest, but you really have no other option unless you want to run like a Golden Frieza. Golden Frieza works really well, especially if you have the LR version. But only for a short event, so for like Cell Max event or for the Cell Ultimate Red Zone Cell Max, Golden Frieza would be really good here. Now, luckily, we are fully built up with EZ Super 17, and now the thing we want to try and do is keep our HP below 70% because we want to transform. So, the thing about Super 17 is that compared to the other Dokkan Fest, this one's really, in a way, you have to think about it, right? You have to think about the way you play. The other Dokkan Fests are just usually like Gamma 1, Gamma 2, are just like kind of free to play. Like, it's just auto play, right? Whereas Super 17, because of his turn restriction and the HP restriction, you do have to kind of go out of your way and think differently. Which is why I decided not to basically give those tech key spheres to Android. Well, actually, no, it's the wrong androids here. But I decided not to go for safe tech key spheres to make sure that we stay below 70%. Now, we did actually eat that super really well, which is pretty good. And lucky the super attack was only in the middle, not the back. Again, we do take a lot of damage here, which is fine, because again, we do have your Dr. Gero, and we also have your Super 17. And these guys will actually heal up on super. Or if they get super as well, which is a really good thing here. So, now we finally transform, which is perfectly fine. And also the Android 18 and 17, they're also really good here for Broly. I mean, they're just like an anti-Broly unit in this event because they have that beautiful nullification. And they can heal up really well. So again, this is where I really want to try and give them as much HP as possible, which you can see we actually do get a lot of good healing And we're still able to stay below 70%. So now we have Super 17 is at 7.9. We do have support on this rotation. And now here comes like another thing you have to do for Super 17 is that you basically need to get your 10 hits. Now he does have 51% damage reduction, which is pretty good. But again, it's just something you have to maintain twice if you're running like a double lead, which again, it's not my favorite because it's 10 hits each, where I would prefer it was maybe 5. That would be a lot better, where he gets 34% defense per attack received. But now it's just divided by like ×2, which is like pretty annoying. So luckily, you know, we are able to basically build up our defense. I'm not sure if Broly actually super this turn. I don't think he did. I'm not paying attention. But the android take care of business. And now we come to a pretty good situation because we have your type advantage. So this is where the EZA Hellfire 17 is actually pretty good in this stage, is because we have type advantage. So even if we get supered, we're not going to take that much damage. And on top of that, we are going to be a extreme class. So we actually take less damage with Broly. So now this is pretty good. Now we just have to make sure that we actually built up our Super 17 for the last phase. And one thing as well, which I found pretty annoying, is that Super 17 actually does not nullify the super attack Ki Blast if your HP is below 70%. I think that's just kind of like a nasty flaw in his absorption or nullification. I feel like it should just be a free easy, no matter what HP you're at, you can actually get the nullification, but decided to make it when your HP is below 70%. That I'm not a big fan of, which it is what it is, as they say. Alright, so no super attack yet, but we are able to build up our defense. This 17 is going to be okay in the last phase against Broly, because we are on a 200% leader skill, and he's also going to super attack first. A double super is actually really good. And again, this is where basically the androids do take over. Oh, we actually don't get super, which is fine. So of course, I'm going to go ahead and put the STR-17 in the front. Do we get the STR key spheres? No, I can't put the androids in the front. Oh yeah, so this is the thing, right? So I decided not go for the tech key spheres, and the reason why is because again, our HP needs to be below 70%. So if we actually go into next phase with Super 17 and our HP is above 70%, we no longer have the nullification, and that's pretty much a danger. So again, Super 17 makes you play the game very differently. Well, not differently, but just a lot of maintenance, in my opinion, to really kind of utilize this character. Alright, so there goes Broly. So again, these androids I'm not worried at all because of their nullification. And then 17 is going to heal up he's going to heal us as well. And then the android at the back right there, they're going to take a little bit of damage, which is fine, but they are going to be here type advantage. So there goes the nullification. Here comes a beautiful heal from Super 17. Boom. Very, very nice. Alright, only 5k, and then we take 288k. Because he heals up 34% of damage, right? So not too much right there, but we are able to survive, especially if you like triple supers. Alright, one more super attack. No, only additional, which is fine. We are able to build up here as well, extra 2 hits. So I believe that's 5 or 6 hits, which is still pretty good here. Now this was actually pretty scary because we actually don't kill Broly. And I want to kill Broly this phase because we do have Dr. Gero and Android 19 next turn, where they're going to basically heal us up here. So I can see that there's a super attack right about there. So I go for the same type key spheres, try and build up our Dokkan meter. And again, this was really not that bad, to be honest. You just have to play very smart, but other than that, this was a pretty easy run. As long as you're able to get Super 17 on this rotation, then you're pretty much in the go. Because if we're still, if we're still like those 2 characters for 17, then we're pretty much in trouble because we're not able to dodge. And even if we triple super, we will still get destroyed by super attacks. So, yeah, we still have to be very careful in this event here. So now we come to this rotation. Our HP is below 34%, so we do actually have the Scouter, which is actually very good. And I believe I Ghost Usher here. I'm not too sure. But I am going to go ahead and put Super 17 in the front. I'm pretty sure. Just to make sure that we actually heal up as well. And we can also get those STR key spheres. I think I was debating if I should maybe use the active skill for the Android 17 and 18. I think I was debating right here for next phase, right? Because again, we still want to be below 70%. If not, we're not going to heal up. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I give them all those key spheres? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm give them all those AGL key spheres, which is fine. And I should be able to give the STR to, whatchamacallit here, to Super 17. Again, I'm really trying not to heal up too much because, again, our HP needs to be below 70%. I probably could have maybe brought Cooler or Metal Cooler. We could also bring her Demon King Piccolo, right, from World Tournament, because he is on target Goku, so that also would have worked as well. But I felt like the Android, running a full Android team was just the way to go because we have a lot of characters that can actually nullify these super attacks. So this was an easy peasy run. This is way more easier compared to Cooler. Cooler is just very difficult. That's gonna take me probably like later, like tomorrow, to actually get this done. Because there's only 3 tries right now. But this one took like only like, well, since I had to do it twice, this only took like 2 attempts basically. You can also bring here the androids from the Android Cell Saga, Android 16 and 18. They're good. The only problem is that they're not consistent, which is the issue. They're not consistent when it comes to their guard ability. Very good support. If we have our guard up, they're actually really good, but if they don't have their guard, we actually get destroyed. So they're one of the reasons why we actually lost here. Now, luckily, there's only 1 attack in the middle, but because we actually Ghost Ushered, we do know where there's going to be a super and that there's only going to be 1 as well. So this is where the free-to-play androids do actually take a lot of damage, but we're very close to 600k, and also there's only 1 attack in the middle, so I decided to actually split up Super 17s, which maybe could have been a bad call because they will take about 164k of damage per normal, and we actually do get the Dokkan attack, but I just there's just way too many hits for me at the back there. So we do actually heal up, which is very good. We get a beautiful Dokkan attack. Now Super 17 is fully built up. We have our 10 hits because you saw the arrow is no longer going up. And yeah, this was pretty interesting. This was pretty interesting. All right, so you can see here they take 100. Oh, they take 147k. I thought it was 64, but yeah, 147k. So I definitely couldn't have folded them off because there's only 3 attacks at the back, but I wasn't too sure since this was my second attempt doing this. So yeah, Super 17 at the back, easy as, and be completely fine. He's fully built up here as well. I believe he only needs 5 hits to be fully built up as well. So again, if it was the same thing for the Dokkan Fest, that would have been a huge game changer. This was really good. The reason why is because our HP is again above 70%, so we're not able to basically nullify the super attack. So I'm going to put the androids in the front, put Super 17 in the middle, and then we can fold off Dr. Gero and Android 19. And this was a perfect situation because both characters, right, are going to nullify Broly's super attack if he decides to super. So we have nothing to worry about this phase. The only thing is that our HP going to next phase, right, is that it's not going to be below 70%. But we do have our damage reduction still activated, which is pretty good. So there go the androids. Again, they're doing lots of damage. They take no damage whatsoever. Here comes Broly. Go boom! Like, these guys are still really relevant as long as the boss is doing a Ki Blast super attack. These androids are still really powerful. Alright, so there goes Super 17. And then we take care of business. Here comes another super attack. Now that I'm using 17 more and he's almost fully maxed up 10 links, I maybe might want to give him crits because he just, you know, if you are facing a AGL boss, right, you definitely want to try and do more crit damage as much as possible. But I still would probably say maybe more additional, more dodge is the way to go. But I wouldn't be hurt too much if we actually give him more crits. Alright, so this is a scary turn, you would believe, because we don't have our nullification. However, this is actually pretty shocking, right? So my Super 17 at 69% is fully built up, and he actually eats the super attack really well. I thought we were going to take like 300k from a super attack, but you guys will see that after we super attack, I think we take double digits, which is insane. Or do we not take double digits? We take like less than 100k, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's see here. There goes a double super, which is really, really good. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, this is my friend texting me. Alright, so you can see here we don't get the notification because our HP is above 70%. But here comes the super attack. We did double super, by the way. And double digits. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. I thought we were taking at least like 300k. But when 17 is fully built up, we do have support, but we have double support. Which I guess is a huge factor. But yeah, we do take here double digits, which is insane. Now again, you can see here also the Easy 17 as well. From GT takes double digits from normals. Again, we did have a lot of defensive support this turn and all our links activated, but not bad, man. Pretty shocking. And again, we have this turn here as well. Do I put the androids in the front? No, I put 17 in the front. Okay, yeah, because I want to get as many key spheres as possible for the androids at the back, those tech key spheres. So I put them in the front, and I give all this here for the extra beautiful healing. And yeah, pretty much we're pretty much good to go. Easy 17 does, or sorry, Super 17 I should say, does tank a lot better after he super attacks because he does raise defense. Here we take about 300k of damage, which is fine. Maybe after we super attack, even though he's fully built up, maybe it probably would have been 150k of damage, but it's still pretty good, right? This character came out of what, 2017, so he's like basically, or maybe came out 2018, I'm not too sure, but he's like what, 7 years old, so he's still pretty good, still very holding his own despite being a very old unit. And he would actually be really insane or even more disgusting, right, if we actually get the double EZA, because that was in the survey as well. So there is a future for Super 17 EZA AGL. Alright, so of course we take here double digits, fully built up. And here come the androids here at 7 million. Again, if Broly decides to do a double super attack, doesn't really matter because we're going to nullify it. We really have nothing to worry about. Beautiful crits. And I really like this rotation because the EZA Super 17, right, is providing target Goku allies a 17% chance to crit, which is pretty good. Alright, now here comes to the end of the road. So basically, no attacks in the first slot. So I put Dr. Zhou in the front with Android 19 because after they super attack, they will tank a lot better and they're also going to heal up. And more importantly, they're also going to nullify if there's a super attack. So now this is the end of the road for Broly because he has one HP bar. And yeah, the androids are still really good, but when it comes to a non-Ki Blast opponent, it's just a completely different story. So we'll definitely see those other runs later on, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure about today, but maybe tomorrow. But yeah, alright, so here comes 17. I'm not too worried about super attack because it shows here that we are able to take it for double digits, which is really, really good. Alright, so there goes one attack, and then Easy Hellfire 17 at the back just takes the win. So easy peasy. There we go. Super 17 versus Broly. Actually, it was a complete dominant performance. As long as you're able to get him before the SCR phase, you're pretty much good to go. Alright, so there you go, my boys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button. Sub for more videos, comment down below. And hopefully, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!